Alright, so tonight we are going to show you how to install Zebra with metric support, which includes support for Grafana. So what we need to do is go to zebra.toml.org, go to the metrics section. I have it pulled up here, and this will give you a brief overview of what we need to do, what we're going to do in this tutorial. So what we're going to first do is run a cargo command that will install. Notice the Prometheus features tag, which is new, and then also depending on when you compile Zebra, right now the newest tag is version 1.90. So as you can see, I have already installed this, so it'll be a lot quicker in my case. So the next thing you guys need to do is make sure you have a zebrad.toml file ready to go and configured properly. So if you don't have it installed, or if this is the first time you're installing Zebra, you're going to type in the quick command I showed you on the screen here. Otherwise, you can just open up the config file that you already have using either nano or mousepad, and the setting that you need to check is the metric setting. And what we're going to do is add endpoint address on the metrics section, which is right here. Okay, save that file, and now we are ready to start Zebra. I recommend running it in a screen or a tmux. That way it's easier to use. And all you type is zebrad start. And of course my node's already synced. If you haven't synced your node, it'll take a few days, potentially, depending on your network and hard drive speed. But assuming everything's fully synced, we can continue to the next step, which is we need to download a prometheus.yml file. And this file is located on the Zcash Foundation Zebra GitHub. And you can just use a quick wget command and download it in the folder of choice, like this. That should do it. And one thing I do want to call out that drove me a little mad when I first set this up is the permissions on this file may not be what you think they are, so please double check them. You can go to a site like changemodcalculator.com, which makes this visually easier to digest, but essentially we want to have it so only our user can read and write it and no one else. So because so you want read write, and public can only read. So in Linux you can change the permissions using a 664 command on the change mod. So here's how you do it. Just in case the permissions are not what they're supposed to be, this is how you would do it. All right, all done. And now we are ready to set up our Docker. So a few things with this command. Notice the location of the volume is where this Prometheus file was downloaded, and you need to update that accordingly. And most people will need to run this under a sudo command or it won't work properly. And if it does work, you'll get a nice echo of your I believe it's the image that is echoed back. So now that it's running, both commands, we go to localhost 3030, and the admin is the username, and the password, I already have changed it, but initially it's admin as the password as well. Highly recommend you change that once you have this running. And the way you do that is on the top right corner. Let me show you real quick. Let me just adjust these windows a bit. Hang on 1 second. Okay. There we go. And so we're going to go to the top right corner here, and there's a little icon that's actually for your user profile. Click that. You're going to go into profile, change password, and make sure you update this accordingly. All right, next step, we need to add a source of data. So we have our node running, but we have to tell Grafana where to find it. So you add source, Prometheus, and what we need to do is in the Prometheus server URL, you need to add your local host in the appropriate port. And this is what we need to do based on the Zcash Foundation GitHub. Type that in, save it, and it should successfully connect. Very good. Now if you go back to our connections, we should have, I already had a connection, but I just wanted to show you how to add it if it's being done for the first time. And next step, we need to add some dashboards, which are in the form of JSON files. So the Zcash Foundation has made some on the GitHub repository. Let me show you how to get to it. Just go to the main GitHub for Zebra. Here we go, copy. And we're going to go into the Grafana folder. And these are some examples of what you can do. And you just download these wherever you'd like, and you can import them into Grafana. So I'm going to show you where I have these in my folder here. You can see all the JSON files I have saved. And now we're going to add the dashboards here. So you're going to hit New, Import, and you're going to hit Upload Dashboard JSON File. Click that button. Go to the folder where you have these saved, and you literally just import them. It's going to show me an error because I already have it installed. But for you, it'll work. And once these are loaded, we can actually pull them up. So let me give you an example here. We'll go into the Zebra folder, which you can create folders if you like. And this one here I actually made custom. And this is the cool part, is you can add, there's so many different options that you can use and so many different data that you can look at. It's got to take some time to view the data and how you want to view it. So let me just show you a few more. We got Halo proofs verification, and what I'd like to do next is just give a brief overview of some of the more common commands for Docker. When I was first setting this up, it was a little confusing. So one of the first that you can try is sudo docker container ls. And what that'll do, it'll list all containers. So that way you can see everything that is available and container-wise. Let's say you want to list the running containers because they're not necessarily running. You can also do that. And you can also list the image. So to do that, you would do sudo docker image list. So you can see I have a Zenith image, and then I have the two Grafana and Prometheus images that we're running. So I do want to talk about the differences real quick. So an image is a blueprint or a template containing all the necessary files and configurations to run applications, essentially a read-only snapshot. A container is a running instance of an image, allowing you to execute the application defined within the image. And a volume is a mechanism to store persistent data outside the container. And then lastly, I did add a command. If you ever forget your password, I'll add this in the file in my links, but it'll allow you to reset your Grafana admin password if you need to do so. So thank you for watching, and I hope this is educational. See you next time.